All right. It is December 28th, 2024, and in tonight's episode, we're going to talk about these financial markets, current events, and the greatest transfer of wealth in world history, focusing at the end of this session on the 2025 life-changing gains that are coming for XRP holders. Now, in addition to XRP, we're seeing some of these altcoins have started to run. We're still anticipating a lot, but I want to make the caveat, and we're going to start this episode here tonight by going through what's taking place in the broader markets, macroeconomic situation, because although the fundamentals, technicals, everything for XRP is aligning perfectly, and XRP's strength is on display. But with all that being said, we understand there's still a war going on. There's still a currency, commodity war. This is a situation coming back home to the United States that's very dire from a fiscal standpoint. And so we're going to break all of that down here tonight so that everybody understands that no matter what they throw at us between now and Inauguration Day, when Trump walks down Pennsylvania Avenue and takes that, rightful spot in the White House here once again, we knew it was coming. We thought it was going to happen sooner, but here we are, 2024, rolling into 2025, and the setup is spectacular for America if we can actually execute on this plan. It's one thing to talk about it. It's one thing to set the goals. And, you're coming up here on the beginning of the year. I'm already setting my goals for the next year. Looking back briefly here right now between Christmas and New Year's, I love this time. Get a clean house, get organized, get to set the intentions, the goals. What are we going to execute in 2025? And so my expectations for the second Trump administration are very, very high. I plan on being very critical of this administration, along with this Congress coming in. They are pro-crypto, but it's not just crypto that we know we need to fix. There's a lot of other issues as well. And so once again, my expectations for a second Trump administration, for an incoming Congress, America first across the board, full control, along with our community and along with myself, my expectations for us going into 2025 are very high. Now's the time to move. Like we're not practicing anymore. We're not playing around. Oh, when's XRP going to break out? No, it's here. This is now game time, right? This is when it really matters. The decisions and the actions, what are we going to execute over the next 12 months as we finish off this bull run for the broader cryptocurrency space, and we see XRP finally go into price discovery. The life-changing gains that are coming for the XRP community are going to be massive. A move that was so obvious to us, but now the mainstream media is starting to pick up on it. Now Raoul Paul, now Crypto, now Bitcoin Bro, now Moonboy Carl, Crypto Carl's, the list just goes on. All these guys, right? From mainstream news to traditional finance to crypto bros, everybody is now piling into XRP. And I'm going to show you the XRP heat map. I've been very fascinated watching this XRP heat map in the order book and seeing and continuing to see a flow of liquidity coming into the XRP asset from Coinbase, which is American buyers who did not have access to XRP during the last bull run. This is very important to understand. It was not easy to get XRP during the last bull run. On top of the fundamentals, the technicals, the lawsuit, regulations, everything coming our way, XRP wasn't on exchanges last time around, for crying out loud. So just being on exchanges this time, we can see it in real time. I've been watching this order book flow, and Coinbase has just stayed green. While Binance and other exchanges, we've actually seen outflows from XRP. On Coinbase, it has been nothing but inflows, US dollars coming into XRP on Coinbase, because Americans are finally getting access to XRP. That's what's taking place. Americans are finally waking up to what's taking place here with XRP, Ripple, and the broader cryptocurrency story. Not just from, the mainstream news, not just from Anthony Pump It Up Pompliano, not just from Michael Saylor. I was trying to come up with a nickname for Michael Saylor, but I couldn't come up with one on the spot there. But, the typical Pump It Up Tom Fundstrat, Tom Lee from Fundstrat, I should say. These are the regulars on CNBC. These are the regulars in the mainstream crypto conversation. Now we're seeing that Ripple's arrived. They've pushed all these kids aside. They've pushed all the folks that have been playing around here aside. And what's interesting now to watch too is this stablecoin play. Folks didn't understand, cryptocurrency. Now Maxine Waters, for crying out loud, is coming out and saying that we need to do a stablecoin deal. Maxine Waters, Remember when she called it Bitcom? These people don't even know what they're talking about. But now their handlers have told them, hey, we need to pass stablecoins. Otherwise, the traditional banking world, the traditional financial world, they're just going to continue to lose market share. And this is not just the traditional financial world. This is the Federal Reserve, right? not just the Wall Street types that are coming in late to the game, but no, literally the system itself. And funny enough, we just got one of the key architects of the FedNow payment system has been added to Ripple's stablecoin advisory bill, advisory board, I should say. So Ripple's new stablecoin advisory board just added a key architect, and he was part of the Fed. What was that, Boston? I forget which Fed he was a part of. Added on to the other member that was added from the India central bank. All part of the stablecoin legislation. And like I said, this is everybody now coming. The stablecoin bill is ready to go. We're going to talk in this episode here briefly at the IRS tax recommendations that were made. Also, we did get the BOI ruling where it is now not required for you to file the BOI, business ownership information, I believe is what that is. That was in effect, and it just got overturned by the Fifth Circuit here once again. So, I mean, stay careful because we got a few days left to go, and who knows, maybe we'll get an appeal. I think that process would take some more time. This was an internal appeal process at the Fifth Circuit. Not to get too far into that lawsuit, not to get too far into that case, but basically the point being, I'm going to show you the FinCEN website where they admit that a most recent federal court ruling has overturned, and you don't have to, but they do leave out the option for reporting your ownership of your entities. Now, in regards to the IRS regulation that is, now going into tact, this comes from a bill in 2021, an infrastructure bill. And so the whole situation here just pisses me off because, the Inflation Reduction Act only added more to our deficit, only added more inflation. Every single one of these, the Patriot Act, right? Be a patriot. Stand up for your country. Let your grandma get you-know-what at the airport. I mean, don't get me started. You see, I already get ticked off just talking about it. Infrastructure bill, 2021 infrastructure bill is where this comes from. Everybody's now at the end of the year scrambling. Oh my gosh, I got to screenshot my cost basis. I got to calculate this out. I got to figure this out. I got to come up with a safe harbor allocation plan. We got a free resource for that. I've shared it in the Discord group, but maybe I'll link it up in the description of my videos for the next few days, just so folks have access to that free 1099 digital asset form to file. And then, yeah, you can go grab some pictures if you want to in your defense to have for a future defense. Not a bad idea to do. But what folks need to understand is that lawsuit has already been filed. That's the Blockchain Association. So we're going to talk about that. But this is a real battle that's going underway, which is why I bring this up. XRP looks fantastic. Macroeconomic situation, not good. XRP looks fantastic in the sense that it's the only digital asset that we know is not a covered security, which if you go to the text of the law, the legislation that was passed in 2021, which almost nobody does. Nobody reads these bills. Even the people that are voting on them don't read these bills. Well, I went and read it. Not the whole bill, of course not. But buried on page 911, buried on page 911, part of a 1,000 plus page bill is a small subsection on the broker-dealer rule that they passed. And they basically told Treasury, hey, you guys need to figure out how to come up and calculate a cost basis and give us some guidance on digital assets. Now, Treasury took some time with the IRS. The IRS took some time. They left public comments open for a while. But they finally come and they reverse their previous guidance. And they say that you can no longer do universal cost basis. And basically, you need to segregate each wallet, what was your cost basis on that wallet. And you need to come up with a safe harbor plan, potentially if you want to button that up by the end of this year. But if you actually go back to the text, once again, a bill that was supposed to be for infrastructure for the United States of America, with all these bills, we have to pass this. Our society will crumble and fail if we don't add trillions and trillions more to our deficit and stuff these bills down down on the people. You go look at the bill. The term that they use is covered securities. Well, what's interesting about covered securities is there's stocks. There's a few exceptions, but in almost every instance, a covered security is a stock or an option of a stock. Now, we know as a matter of law that XRP is not a security, meaning it would not be a covered security. So as the law is written in 2021, the Infrastructure Act that they passed, Infrastructure Investment Act, I think is what they called it, they used the term covered security. So on the initial law itself, on that premise, there's a fallacy, basically where they give the assumption that every digital asset is a covered security. They basically say that every transaction of a covered security that is a digital asset needs to be reported. And they're requiring every exchange, every broker to do so. Well, the problem is they haven't defined what these assets are. So are we just running with the assumption that these are all securities because Gary Gensler is calling them crypto asset securities? Because the new term on the block from the SEC is crypto asset securities, and Gary says that every single digital asset is a crypto asset security. We're just going to run with that assumption? See, this was a bait and switch, of just like every bill is with these guys. Infrastructure bill, and we slip in basically an assumption of what the definition of these assets are. So it doesn't surprise me that this lawsuit's been filed already by the Blockchain Association, going after the IRS for their statutory authority to basically define what these assets are. See, everybody's wondering, are we going to get this from the SEC? Are we going to get this from the CFTC? Is Congress going to finally pass some legislation? Well, Congress passed an infrastructure bill in 2021 that included this little caveat that, hey, every covered security that's a digital asset, you need to report. And now Treasury took that and the IRS took that and they said, okay, everybody needs to tell us what your cost basis is on every single digital asset that you own. And you need to have a clear cost basis and plan on all of it. Now, I was talking in the Discord group this morning and I said, this whole situation is making me so pissed off as an American citizen. One, that is just buried in some infrastructure bill. But two, it makes me just not want to sell at all, right? Which I understand is difficult to do. A lot of us need liquidity. A lot of us need to sell. We can't just hold XRP forever. I know a lot of people plan on holding XRP forever. But I'm looking at all this BS with taxes and this and that. Treasury, the SEC. Well, FinCEN back in 2015 said that XRP is a virtual currency. Judge Torres said that XRP is not a security. So as a matter of law, we know XRP is not a covered security digital asset. Now, for the rest of the space, we don't know yet. There is no court precedent on the rest of the space. But this was a bait and switch. They really, I think, folks are missing the key point to me, which is that we got in this bill basically defining all digital assets as covered securities. That is not what we were wanting to have done here in the United States. We already know as a matter of law that these cannot be securities in the case of XRP. And now out of nowhere in 2021, they sneak this one in. And then here we are 3 years later, it's finally being enacted upon the recommendations from Treasury and the IRS. And of course, they're just running with it. Do they care to step in and say, well, before we write this and before we give these regulations, before we give these recommendations, we actually want to send it back to you, Congress. And can you define what these digital assets are? Are they covered securities? No. See, you got to understand that the IRS is just running with this assumption. And so, once again, this setup for XRP and the life-changing gains coming for XRP, without a doubt, it's there. In the meantime, this war is far from over. On the digital asset battle, when it comes to Trump getting inaugurated here in the next month, what's going to happen between now and then? We got a real war taking place. We got aliens showing up. They're going to throw everything that they have at us. You know? So without further ado, let's get into this episode, guys. I wanted to start off just by, kind of sharing what was on the top of my mind. It has been over a week now since I've gone live. Just been dropping content. I did take Christmas Day off. But other than that, I haven't gone live here in a while. So I was excited to come here tonight. There's so much to get caught up on. So without further ado, I'm going to get started here. If you guys haven't already, please make sure you like these videos. If you can help us out by sharing it out far and wide, really do appreciate it. And everything's at ZachRector.com, including the merch, precious metals, crypto exchanges, wallets, private community. You guys know that deal. Let's get started right away. Now, taking a look here at CoinMarketCap, we see that the overall cryptocurrency space is at 3.33 trillion. Now, I didn't even realize that we'd actually climbed up this high. I'd be interested to see how high we got on that overall. I need to check that. But Bitcoin right now is hanging out at 95,000. Ethereum's just below 3,400. And I wanted to bring your attention here to Tether. Tether has remained depegged since December 12th was the last time that Tether was pegged up here. Let me show you guys on the monthly chart. The last time that Tether was pegged was back here on the 17th. My apologies. It was December 17th. So Tether has been trading at 99 cents for the past 2 weeks, basically. So Tether has depegged. It is being delisted. Tether is definitely facing some turbulence and some headwinds, while XRP with RLUSD perfectly positioned right here at $2.18 for XRP. And I've been telling you guys to zoom out on this chart and understand the setup here. And even right here on the daily chart, you can see that we're holding good setup, good support. But when you zoom out on that monthly chart, what you'll see, and I pointed this out in a couple of videos that we did here earlier this week, as long as we close above $1.98, this will be the highest monthly and yearly close in XRP's history. So even if XRP goes down tomorrow, down below $2, as long as it recovers back up to $1.98 and closes the end of the month and the end of this year above $2, this will be the highest monthly close for XRP ever. And it would be the highest monthly close, the highest close by every other longer duration. Whether you're looking at the 1 month, 3 month, 6 month, 1 year. I mean, any time frame that's longer than that. In fact, I'm going to check the weekly chart because I meant to do this earlier and see XRP. Actually, I'm going to go to my XRP on Bitstamp. XRP on Bitstamp brings you data all the way back to 2017. And I wanted to see here. Yeah, this will be almost the highest weekly close ever. So we did get a weekly close up here at $2.73. That was back January of 2018. So that was the highest weekly close ever, would be above 272. So we would need to close above 272 on the weekly to set the highest weekly close ever. And we need to be above $2 to get the highest monthly close ever, which obviously the monthly zoomed out, a little bit more perspective, a little bit more scale behind that one. Thank you for the gifts, guys. Thank you for the chats. Thank you for everything. I see that we did get some super chats. So before I forget and get lost in the comments there too quickly, Daniel, ready for the Zach attack. Daniel, I appreciate you. Appreciate your support. Thank you for joining the Patreon community too, Daniel. Much love, brother. XRP Phoenix with the 20 euro. Appreciate it, Phoenix. Brother, I told you to check Phoenix a few days ago when it was 16 million. Now it hit 73 million. It's really onboarding thousands of new users to the XRP ledger. Please check it out. Phoenix, we're going to be talking about it. We're going to be talking about meme coins going to $1 billion. Meme coins going to $1 billion. 73 million, that's a good start. Let's keep it chugging. Full disclosure, I don't own the Phoenix. I don't own the Phoenix token, but I probably should have. Apparently, I could have bought it down there at about a 16 million market cap, and we could have made a few X on that move to 73 million. That's what happens when you sleep on these memesters. These meme guys are crazy, I'm telling you. They were running spaces on Christmas Day. I don't know if they have families. If they do have families, they give the family presents and they get back to meme coin. Hustle. These guys are crazy. Zach, check the XRP Bitcoin chart. Yeah, it's strong. It's very strong. I'll take a look at that here. XRP Pirate, appreciate you. 5 spot. What type of sell pressure would take place if USDT got delisted on 12/31? Could XRP fall under $1? what should we expect right after RLUSD? Good question. Tether's already depegged, as I just covered. So Tether's in trouble. They're getting squeezed out of Europe. They did just purchase a new stablecoin company or something like that. So they're making investments. They bought a little piece of Rumble too. They've backed some of their stablecoin by gold, which I find very fascinating. So I'm not in the camp that Tether goes away 100%. They're clearly facing some troubles right now. And I think it'll be a big mistake if they just give up the Eurozone and decide not to have their stablecoin, throughout that region. I think will be a big mistake, along with the United States as well too. So yeah, Tether's in trouble. It's already facing some pressure. It's been depegged since December 17th. So Tether is depegged as we're recording this update here tonight. And for RLUSD, it's got the best backing in the world. There's no other stablecoin issuer that has over 40 billion XRP. There's nobody else issuing currency in the world, period, that has 40 billion XRP. So the Ripple competitive advantage is unlike any other in the entire world of issuing currency. This is stablecoins, this is Federal Reserve, this is other central banks. Unless all of that escrow has been pre-allocated, which we do believe that much of it probably has, or at least a chunk of it probably has, then maybe some of these other central banks have a bag of XRP. But from what we have now to work with, the information that we're working with tells us that Ripple has over 40 billion XRP. Nobody else has that. So along with the ability to hold the collateral at their own trust company, along with the ability that and the efficiency of just being on the XRP ledger. So the Ripple stablecoin, I think, is going to take market share from Tether, but I also see that the stablecoin the stablecoin pie, I should say, is growing from 180 billion, going to be approaching about 3 trillion over the next few years. So the overall stablecoin space is growing. We don't need to take Tether's market cap. We don't need to take Tether's liquidity, but we are. And what's interesting is that we're going to take, and we already have, significant liquidity from USDC. If you recall, Brad Garlinghouse said that at one point Ripple was minting, basically accounted for about 20% of USDC. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I never liked when my business relied on, more than 5 or 10% of my revenue from one client, because that left you vulnerable. That one client fires you, well, there goes 10, 20, 30% of your revenue or more, right? Well, in the case of Circle, Ripple accounted for 20% of the stablecoin. Now Ripple's launched their own stablecoin. Maybe they'll still be doing some USDC trading, but I don't see why at this point when they now have RLUSD available for liquidity for their clients. So RLUSD, it's funny. You already got a lot of panic taking place with others mentioning, that Ripple still doesn't compare to Circle. Ripple still doesn't compare to Tether. Well, yeah, it's only been around for 2 weeks. Give it some time. Over the course of the next year, I think that the stablecoin is going to grow massively. R. Vasquez, Zach, brother, we needed to send a shout out to XRP Meme Phoenix for leading the way and getting listed on the exchange. We need to support our ecosystem. Vasquez, appreciate it. Appreciate Phoenix. Pump it up. Pump up these memes. Continue to max engage. I love it. I'm here for it. I support it. I've been busy enjoying my peace. I can't passively partake in the meme coin trading. If I'm doing memes, I'm in degen spaces all day, I'm hustling, and I'm trading all day. And that to me, it gets in the way of my other work. And so I've taken a step back from the meme coin trading because of that. Because I get too in. Now I made good money, but that was in a different environment. That was when the meme coins first popped off. Now there's still good money to be made over there. Obviously these projects are still growing, and I'm going to talk about the meme coins later in this episode. There's still a lot of room to run for these meme coins, but it's not as hot as it was as far as like these new coins off the jump. But what you are seeing is, projects like Phoenix, I guess, kind of flies in the face of what I just said there, because this is a token that just got launched not too long ago, and it's already at a $70 million market cap. So the momentum behind the memes is still there. It's not as hot as it was when we first launched. It's just I found for my lifestyle, for what I got going on, I can't be playing with my kids and being caught up watching the chart on a meme coin because I got 1,000 XRP on the line. See, guys, I went from investing 20 XRP, investing 50 XRP, to investing 500 XRP, to investing 1,000 XRP on these meme coin plays. And I can't just be sleeping while I got 1,000 XRP on the line, right? Especially now. This was when XRP was at 60 cents. Now XRP is at $2. So to have 1,000 XRP on the line is not what it used to be, right? So, yeah, I can't do the meme coins passively. I guess I could be stacking up some of these blue chip memes, but yeah, I haven't. I've been out of the game for a minute now. Appreciate that, guys. Just checking comments here real quick, and then we're going to get back to it. Appreciate you guys. Okay, so this is the order book flows that I was talking about. Take a look at this, coinglass.com. Now, what you notice, the volume has picked up. It's still green in the past 24 hours on Coinbase, and we still have inflows on the right side here, the heat map, the inflows. We still have 8.5 million worth of inflows into Coinbase in the past 24 hours. So like I said, last bull run, Americans could get exposure to XRP through Uphold, Qcoin, and there was exchanges that had it available, but now it's available on Robinhood. Now it's available on Coinbase, Kraken, and all these other exchanges that are the primary exchanges that Americans are using. Now, many of us don't use Robinhood, but the masses do. There's a lot of users on Robinhood. And so just having that liquidity on Robinhood, I believe, has been massive. And I wish that, I don't know why the order book flows for Robinhood aren't listed on here. I don't know why CoinGlass isn't pulling from Robinhood too. That'd be, I don't know if they are, if it's just smaller, but I'd be very interested to see that. But I flipped the timeframes here to the weekly, guys. And what you see here is that the volume on a weekly basis is green on Coinbase, 1.29 billion. And the inflows are still green on Coinbase and Bitstamp and Kraken and the Coinbase XRP Tether pair as well. So Tether's depegged, and you got folks that are trading out of Tether into XRP. You got folks that are trading from USDC into XRP. 60.95 million worth in the last week. Now, we're going to continue to watch this here. The order book flows have been very interesting. Basically all negative here. We've had all negative days going back since, when was the last positive day? December 16th was the last positive day of inflows on XRP overall of 79 million. Ever since then, it's just been nothing but outflows. And so the market has been selling off. People are selling their XRP for dollars, Tether, Circle, whatever. And they're taking profits, right? And they're getting scared. A lot of folks getting scared right now. There's no reason to be scared. And we'll talk more about that later, but we got so much news to cover. Blockchain Association sues IRS over crypto broker rules. Now, that's the law I was talking about, the regulations, I guess, the guidance that the IRS is now flip-flopping on. And so the Blockchain Association is suing them on this. I'm going to be watching this very closely. As I said, the way that the bill was written by Congress has flaws. The regulation and the guidance that came from Treasury and the IRS was also flawed, running with that assumption that all of these digital assets are covered securities. And if that's the case, why are we not making every exchange have a broker-dealer license for securities? That makes no sense. Now, Coinbase and others have acquired a securities license, security broker license. But if that's the new, standard, is that all digital assets are covered securities, why is not every exchange required to have a broker-dealer license for securities? So they're getting caught up in their own laws, their own guidance. And that's the thing, is none of it is law. The law that was passed was very vague. The regulations and the guidance that was passed and pushed forward was even more confusing and even more flawed on the law and even more unconstitutional per the mandate of the IRS. So we'll be watching that more. Here's FinCEN, the BOI filing. Please note that beneficial ownership information reporting requirements have been affected by a recent federal court order The Department of the Treasury is appealing that order, so they are going to be appealing, guys. I don't know how long this process is going to take, but in the meantime, reporting companies are not currently required to file a BOIR and are not subject to liability if they fail to do so while the applicable order remains in force. However, reporting companies may still opt to file a BOIR. Here is your link. I don't know, guys. Should I link that one up down below? What happened to the Fourth Amendment? Right? I believe that one will be checked. Well, I mean, it already has been checked. It looks like Treasury, FinCEN is going to be appealing that one. And they want to know what entities you own. You know, they want to know who owns what entities and who owns what assets. And until we push back, until we get regulations from Congress, this is what we're up against. I'm just glad that I know as a matter of law that XRP is not a security. The rest of the space, good luck, God bless. And the good news is that Congress, in large part, has flipped to pro-crypto. Politicians from both sides of the aisle. So I am expecting stablecoin legislation to be passed this year, along with broader cryptocurrency legislation. But in the meantime, this is what we're up against. Holiday spending boom leaves Americans drowning in debt. Shoppers splurged nearly $1 trillion this season, smashing records. But their credit cards are crying for help. Debt hit an all-time high of $1.17 trillion, up $24 billion in just 3 months. With 36% of consumers taking on debt and the average borrower racking up $1,181, the holiday cheer might be short-lived. Retailers are celebrating, but for many Americans, the cost of happy holidays could take all year to pay off. Now, hopefully for you guys, we didn't spend too much, because I think one of the most important things going into 2025 will be how liquid are you, no matter what assets you want to buy. Now, it's interesting because cryptocurrency is in the middle of a bull run. If we do get black swan, and if the market does continue to face headwinds, we could see the market continue to, bleed out a little bit further. But you got other assets like real estate that already has been in decline. Some markets already have crashed. When you look at the traditional stock market, same thing. That market's in decline. Some stocks already have crashed on an individual basis. Now, with cryptocurrency, we continue to move up here, but we are still going to get smacked if we continue to see the bleeding in our regular economy. Continuing on, this is our problem. Back home, U.S. yearly deficit versus surplus. We are speeding towards bankruptcy. This shows you our yearly deficit or surplus adjusted to $2017 going all the way back to the 1930s. Now, it took us until, what was that? Basically 2008, the great financial crisis, was the first time that we surpassed $1 trillion deficit. Now we're approaching $3 trillion. That's 3,000 billion. So now our deficits are in the trillions, multiple trillions on a yearly basis. And it took us, well, can you guys see this whole chart right there? Yeah. Can't even see the bottom there. Got to adjust the chart. And so no matter how great it is Trump's coming in, no matter how great it is legislation's coming on the way, no matter how great it is that we elected a good Congress, right? All of this is fantastic, but what we face is a serious problem that doesn't go away overnight. And to fix it, there is going to have to be some adjustments made, some cuts made. It is going to be a little bit rough. The credit card can only get racked up so much. And that's our personal credit cards. That's our business credit cards. That's our business debt. And what you're seeing is that there's trillions of dollars worth of debt that now has to be refinanced going into 2025. But the problem being is that the bond yields are continuing to rise, even though the Fed cut rates. Just 2 weeks ago, Fed cuts rates. What does the bond market do? Takes that 10-year bond all the way up to 4.5. This week, we shoot that sucker all the way up to 4.6, approaching 4.7. Now, the chart on the 10-year bond looks like it's about to break up, going back up towards that 5% level. From the 10-year bond is where we set our 30-year mortgages, which many countries don't have that. We're lucky to have that here in the United States, the 30-year mortgage. That's only a US thing, by and large. From there, the auto loans, the business debt, every other debt instrument gets based off that 10-year bond. And the yield's going up because nobody wants it at these levels. They're selling off the bonds, so the bond market, the bond yield continues to go higher and higher, demanding a higher yield for somebody to do a deal with the devil or the United States government, depending on how you look at it. I will pass on that deal. I wouldn't loan them money for 3 months on a short-term T-bill. And I for sure wouldn't loan them anything longer than that 10, 20, 30-year bond. Are you kidding me? 30-year deal with the U.S. government? Finance Lot says it feels like they've intentionally coordinated a debt crisis, unemployment crisis, migrant crisis, drug crisis, and end of a 14-year bull market crisis, all to hit in 2025. This is the setup. Oh, Trump, you won? Congratulations. Pro crypto, you won? America first, you won? You think you're going to take your country back from this group of private central bankers that have had a grip on this country since the inception of the Federal Reserve, even going back further? Not so fast. We got a plan for you. Now, I wanted to show you guys this because a lot of conversations now about this Ripple stablecoin, and Uphold's going to be paying 5% on the Ripple stablecoin. For the top tier, if you're on their top tier program, you're going to be able to get 5% on your RLUSD. But a lot of folks are looking to use, basically leverage their XRP to make passive income on XRP, to get yield on our assets. And this is becoming, a big topic now that we're starting to get some more functionality on the XRP ledger. This is coming. Along with legislation, the XRP ledger is going to be ready to go. And it's going to be a lot of fun. But what we really need to understand is that we need to be looking for a sustainable yield when it does come to this conversation. It's not the biggest yield, right? We don't need to be seeking out yield past 10%. We don't need to be looking for 15, 20, 50%. Or during the DeFi bubble of 2021, we saw programs that were offering literally 80,000% yield. Time Wonderland. Now, it didn't stop people from investing in it. It didn't stop influencers from shilling it. Go figure. That's a surprise to nobody, right? Oh, yeah. You betcha they shilled that one. Time Wonderland, 80,000% yield. How big of a doofus moron do you have to be? A DeFi doofus moron. That's what we'll call that. 80,000% from the decentralized Ponzi scheme, Time Wonderland. And of course, that went belly up. I wanted to show you guys this. This demonstrates how you just want sustainable yield. And that compound, that eighth wonder of the world, compounding interest, that's what's going to take you to retirement, to the finish line. Cade Invest put this together. A 20-year-old has the potential to become a millionaire in retirement by investing $187 a month. They only contribute $90,000. The other $910,000 is from compound interest, assuming a 10% annual return. So I know many of us are not 20 years old. Shoot, I'm not even 20 anymore. Sometimes I think I am, but then I get reminded that I am now a 30-year-old old man. And some of you guys, my elders, are even older than myself, right? So I get that. But this really goes to show you that when you put a plan forward here to earn yield, it does not need to be 15, 20, 30%. This example right here, a 20-year-old has the potential to become a millionaire in retirement by just investing $187 a month, only contributing $90,000 total. The other $900,000 comes from compound interest, assuming a 10% annual rate. Now, whether you would get 10% annually or whatever, the point being, when you can get a sustainable yield, consistent yield of 5 to 10% on your money, right? As long as we can get that nest egg big enough in the first place. Really, okay, yeah, you can put and tuck $187 a month away, You can save up some money. What I'm focused on personally, like I'm just showing you guys this as an example of the compounding and of sustainable yield. For me, and for many of us, I think the big thing is going to be getting that nest egg, or if you do have it, then you're ready to rock and roll and start. You're basically now at a point where you can just put together a plan on doing due diligence on all of these DeFi platforms, on everybody who says that they're going to give you yield. Now's the time to conduct due diligence on how they are going to generate that yield for you. If you don't have a nest egg of, that we can really make a difference on 5 to 10% yield, then that's our first problem. And that's what I'm working on. I don't worry about saving $200 a month. I worry about how do we make thousands more per month, right? And I feel like at this point with inflation, even at that 10% annual rate, I think that for me, that's where we start to have a conversation, because if you're at a 5 or a 6% yield when we know inflation is running at 3%, most likely double that or more, then we know that the real inflation rate's 5-6%. So if we're not getting 5 or 6% yield on our money, we're not doing anything when it comes to real numbers. So that's why people ask me all the time, what kind of yield are you looking to get on your money? Well, when that time comes, I'm going to be looking at, probably, 5 to 10% on just bank deposits or stable coins, assuming that the rates are still there. Once again, if the rates actually do end up coming back down, then we'll be having a different conversation about what you'll be able to get for saving. During the last year, you were finally able to get a decent amount on your savings. I mean, better than 0%, because it used to be over the past 10 years or so, you'd get 0, maybe 1, 2% on your savings at most. Now we had programs where they were actually offering 5%, but you're still barely beating inflation. But, once again, when I think of DeFi, when I think of getting yield on my XRP, I'm waiting for a couple of things to take place. One is XRP price stabilizing, meaning it's not going to have 10,000% upside and it's not going to have 50% downside, right? It's going to have movements of, 10-20% per year. At that point, it can be used as collateral efficiently and safely. And so when XRP stabilizes, we can start to look. And then the other thing's going to be legislation and regulations getting passed. And then finally, it's going to be just looking across these different platforms that bring about yield earning opportunities and doing due diligence on them, right? Because as this goes live, there will be the first platforms that are coming on, but these are going to be new platforms with no track record. And so it's going to be critical for us to do due diligence on these people that are putting together these different programs for this. Who's going to be taking custody of your XRP when it does come time to take out a loan against it? This is going to be important. Now I see Axi dropped a 10 spot. So Zach, I have had some recently requests for recommendations on an easier buy-in for long-term holds. They may also be tied to the XRP ledger. I've been recommending SHX and XDC. Are they still worth it? I do think that Stronghold will run. I think that XDC will run this bull run. And the levels that they are at are still attractive to me. Flare is still attractive to me. What are some of the other ones that I've bought here recently? I bought the SEI token a couple weeks ago, SEI. What else have I bought? HBAR. HBAR is still kind of attractive at the current levels. XLM I'm watching to get down below 30 cents. It already wicked down to about 31, but XLM back at about the 25-cent level gets attractive to me once again. XDC is already attractive. Flare's already attractive. HBAR's at a good level for me. So, and then obviously there is some new meme coin plays too, if anybody's interested in those. But you have to kind of know what you're doing. It's really easy to do it, but for like new people coming in, they might not want to get into meme coins. Not everybody's a fan of the meme coins. I'm just a fan of the casino coming to the XRP ledger and the liquidity, attention, wallets, users That's what's exciting to me. At what point price will XRP stabilize? That's the question. It'd have to be a very, very high price, in my opinion. Like it'd have to be a market cap into the, well into the trillions, if not above 10 trillion is where I think XRP would have to go to start to stabilize. We would need to see XRP, I think, well into the double digits before XRP, stabilizes. And I also think that it's dependent on utility, because that's what stabilizes the price more so than these cycles are what have kept us, in these 4-year up cycles and swings, versus utility where the liquidity will just be there constantly, always flowing, and the value will be locked up. So it's a matter of getting all that value on chain, and that's through the tokenization of real world assets. We're seeing that explode right now on the XRP ledger, and then it's the flow, the liquidity of those assets on the chain. And so we need to see that pick up. Once that utility is flowing on the XRP ledger, I think the XRP will then stabilize. It's going to be a lot higher price. It's not a TA discussion. I know that we've been covering a lot of the TA lately over the past 2 months because XRP's finally started to move. It's not just, XRP's consolidating, there's nothing to look at. There's actually been movement. And I'm going to show you some more XRP TA here at the end of this episode. And folks ask the question, well, how can you chart utility? You can't. I mean, you can, but it's a different conversation. It's much bigger numbers. It's not, we're going to go to a market cap of a few $100 billion and XRP is going to go to $5 and XRP is going to go to $6. And, people are going to sell, people are going to buy. No, it's like real liquidity flowing on the ledger that sustains us at a much, much higher price. That's where this goes, in my opinion. Dennis, thank you for the 5 spot. There is either an IPO or a U.S. global body surrogate bank consortium that takes Ripple private so as to manage the escrow within 1 quarter of the SEC settlement. And Dennis, that's a great prediction, and that's very likely. Very likely. I think that Ripple's in a strong position where they don't need to be bought out. But I think that if the right deal comes onto the table, I think that their door remains open. But I think that Ripple really sees themselves becoming a new bank, a new institution, right? A new world bank. That's what I think that Ripple views themselves as, is a world bank. And so, as long as they maintain this position of strength, they can be in that point to make those acquisitions. But with the lawsuit coming to a conclusion here soon, in fact, we could see the conclusion of this lawsuit here in January. The appeal briefs are due here in January. We haven't seen any extensions. Of course, the XRP lawsuits continues to be extended. But for now, the appeal briefings are due here in January. So this case could be settled up here or dropped. I don't see why they would drop it. They got a $125 million fine. So if they settled up, they could do it. I don't know. Maybe they want to play nice and they end up dropping the case. But this is coming up here in the next, basically the next month, the next 30 days, we could see the case settled up here. The escrow has always been such a fascinating part of this XRP story, though, hasn't it, Dennis? I'm glad that you brought this up because it makes Ripple one of the most powerful entities in the world. When I was talking earlier about the competitive advantage that it gives Ripple for their stablecoin, that's just part of it. Nobody else in the world has a bag of XRP with the potential of where XRP can go. It's why they talked about David Schwartz becoming the first $1 trillion man. And Chris Larson, too. I don't know how much XRP these guys still have, but you're talking about Ripple, the company. Very quickly comes, the conversation really changes from a company that was worth less than 10 billion to a company that's worth over 100 billion plus. Actually, could be a lot more. Why is Let's see here. I was trying to pull up. Okay. What's the most recent valuation on Link2, guys? I see that they do have Ripple equity available. Why is my... Yeah. Whatever. I can't get into Link2 right now. But what I last heard is that the valuation on Link2 jumped up to 16 billion. So Ripple equity went from 7-8 billion to over 16 billion. Did I hear that correctly? I don't know if anybody in the chat knows. Now, what was fascinating is today Galaxy Research, which is part of Galaxy Digital, Mike Novogratz firm, they put out this prediction here. They put out all of their 2025 predictions, including this one, that the SEC will open an investigation into Prometheum, the first so-called special purpose broker-dealer. The abrupt emergence of a previously unknown broker-dealer that happened to specifically agree with the totality of the SEC Chair Gensler's views on the security status of digital assets raised eyebrows in 2023, particularly when the unknown firm was granted the first of a new class of a broker-dealer license. The CEO was berated before Congress by Republican members of the House Financial Services Committee, and according to FINRA records, Prometheum's alternative trading system has yet to conduct any trades. Republicans have called on the DOJ and the SEC to investigate Prometheum for ties to China, while others have noted irregularities. I can't pronounce that word. I'm laughing at myself for saying China like that. In their fundraising and reporting, whether or not Prometheum is investigated, it's likely that the special purpose broker-dealer license is abolished in 2025. Now, this is funny coming from Galaxy Digital because Galaxy Digital, owned by Mike Novogratz was one of the few people that predicted that Ripple was going to be sued by the SEC. How did he know that? See, Mike Novogratz is closely tied in with the SEC. So this prediction coming back that, something's going to be done here, that the SEC itself is going to open an investigation into Prometheum, that's fascinating. Now, this ties in back once again to what the IRS just implemented by saying that all covered securities that are digital assets need to be reported by brokers and exchanges. That's the new broker-dealer rule that the IRS just passed, which would align with what Prometheum went with, which was that these are all securities. And what was the first token that Prometheum had available? Ethereum. So what did Prometheum know? So it's like Prometheum, the SEC, and now the IRS are all running with the assumption that these are all crypto asset securities, right? But I found it very fascinating that Galaxy Digital put that one together. Now, speaking of meme coins, speaking of the memesters, these guys are crazy. First Ledger responds here to Cobb. Cobb says XRP Ledger memes will be worth billions. The world's number 3 blockchain with severely undervalued on-chain ecosystem. We are truly just getting started with the global XRP takeover, and I agree 100%. XRP Ledger memes will be worth billions. World's number 3 blockchain with a severely undervalued on-chain ecosystem. We are truly just getting started. First Ledger copying him. And what Vet adds right here, you got literally people having no clue what's going on here, even surprised XRP has its own chain. Now, I showed it in my last update yesterday. Crypto Rover, another crypto kid. He's got 1 million followers on Twitter, 100,000 on YouTube. And he didn't even know that the XRP Ledger had meme coins, right? I mean, these are big guys who are into the memes, and they don't know that the XRP Ledger has memes. So there's a new wave. There's a new wave of attention and liquidity that's coming into the XRP Ledger because of these memes. And you saw the Phoenix guys in the chat here earlier tonight dropping super chats, so that I can shill Phoenix for them. And I'm joking. Phoenix token has gone up here to 73 million market cap, right? Which is fantastic. I'm all here for it. In fact, I've been rooting for some of these cryptocurrencies that I owned, and now they've just continued to shoot up higher and higher. Coins that I faded, and now they've just shot up to 50 million market cap. Like I said, I've taken a step back from the XRP memes, but I've been rooting for this space the entire time. And what's been so fascinating is the fact that the XRP token itself has maintained a top 10, been in the top 10 of all cryptos without anything taking place on our ledger. Now that stuff is taking place on our ledger, no one knew. We weren't on Dex Screener. We weren't on Dex Tools. We're still not on CoinGecko. A lot of our memes are still too small to be listed on many exchanges. They're starting to get some exchange listings. But this is very early in our ecosystem, the value on our chain. We are still very, very early from where we're at here today and what's set to come in, as a lot of these other chains are having problems. Just look at Pump Fun. Is Pump Fun even live right now? I know it went down. They took it down in like the UK. I think they took it down in Europe. I thought maybe they took down the whole site. So it's like Solana continues to have its struggles. Their launch pad for memes, Pump Fun, went down. Solana, is it a security? Who knows? We know that XRP is not a security. And so I believe that you're just going to see a wave of liquidity from memes and from institutions coming here in 2025. And it's a beautiful thing. I know some folks are like in a camp of, oh, we got to, and I'm all for supporting the developers too. But there's some people that don't give Ripple any credit for the work that they're doing with institutions. And I think that they're underestimating how many institutions Ripple's bringing into the XRP ledger. So it's all, oh, Ripple should give us money. Ripple needs to give us a grant. Ripple was supposed to bring in the banks. Where are the banks? Da-da-da-da-da. Well, we have no legislation. We have no regulations. That's why the banks are not here yet. And I believe that Ripple's been working with these banks on the proof of concepts, on the trials. They've been working with institutions outside the United States, just waiting to get that clarity and the go light, the green light here in the United States to start working with partners that they had before the lawsuit, like Bank of America. But at the same time, I also give credit to the memesters. I know some people say, oh, let's keep the XRP ledger pure, no memes on the XRP ledger. Well, I just appreciate both. And I say, why not have both? Let's bring billions of dollars worth of liquidity onto the ledger through the memes. That can warm us up. That can help test the ledger before we bring on trillions from institutions. Why not have both? And what we've seen here is an explosion in new users, new wallets, new activity. And remember, not everybody's not everybody's just going to hold on to their XRP. People are going to go do this. They're going to buy NFTs. They're going to buy memes. And for every NFT and meme that they're having to buy, they're having to lock up XRP. So more and more XRP is getting locked up, more and more XRP is getting burnt, and more new people are coming into our ecosystem. Now, this is warming us up, like I said, for the institutional, the institutional DeFi explosion that's coming here in 2025. That I think that's going to make the memes and what we've done so far look like warm up. Look like the JV squad. The charting guy. Let's get into the XRP TA. Some impatient XRP holders are complaining when the chart literally looks like this. The next leg up will change lives. Now, this is what I titled tonight's stream. 2025 XRP life-changing gains. You see right here from the charting guy. I'm going to show you a couple others, but this is what people have to have for perspective, right? The bull flag that XRP just printed is just a massively bullish move in setup. The next leg up will change lives. For those of us that saw this and piled into XRP under $1, even for those of you that are getting into XRP now above $2 and still padding your bags, with the potential of XRP going up towards 10, 20, I'm going to show you the levels here shortly. right? There's still plenty of room to go here. Waters Above says XRP is right on track for the next leg up compared to the 2017 breakout. This same structure led to a 1000% move in only 3 weeks. I know the XRP community is excited right now, but keep your composure, stay focused, and enjoy the ride. We're just getting started. Now, 1000% is a 10x. 1000% is a 10x. So if we run with, we were at $1.90, we went down to $2. We'll see where we finish off the month in the yearly candle. We'll see what we end up printing as we close off this year. But the next leg up, you're talking about a 10x. If we follow the 2017 fractal, we're talking a $20 XRP over the next month. Now, don't take that to the bank. Don't clip this up and tell me that, I said XRP was going to $20 for sure in the next month. But if we follow the 2017 fractal, like we have been to a T so far, we've been following the 2017 perfectly up until now. Over the next 3 weeks, you got yourself a 10 bagger. So folks that were worried about buying XRP above $2, oh no, am I too late? If we follow this fractal, you still got a 10 bagger coming up for you in the next month. That makes me uncomfortable. Like just thinking about that over the course of the next month. Lawsuit conclusion. What else could we see in the next month? Trump inauguration. Does Dark Defender concur? Let's see what Dark Defender has to say. Hi all, hope you enjoyed your holiday. On November 20th, when XRP hovered around $1, I shared a bull flag scenario in a 4-hour time frame. On November 30th, we hit our Fibonacci target of $1.88. On December 2nd, we touched $2.90. Considering the initial 4-hour pattern, we now have a similar pattern in the daily time frame. These patterns are almost identical. Today's structure, the second bull flag, targets our second Fibonacci level of 585. Not 585, but $5.85, just below our 589, and penetrates towards $10.19. Remember, this is a historical pattern approach. Fibonacci wave extends beyond $10. Hold up. You thought $10 sounded good. Our last Fibonacci target stands at $18.22 and $36. There are no significant targets in between. Enjoy, not financial advice. Here's your full chart. There's the full move. We're looking right here. I mean, this all the way up here to $18. And he's got another fib all the way up at 36. It's crazy. If we end up following this 2017 fractal, it's not a run to $5. It's not a run to $10. It's a run to $20. And when I think about how life-changing that will be for me and our community, it just has me so excited for this year. Like alien invasion, Black Swan, market crash, whatever they have planned for us, we're just not going anywhere. We're not leaving. We just continue to stack and buy. We will get rich or die trying. We are not scared of anything. I don't know about you guys. I'm not scared of the aliens. I'm not scared of drones. I'm not scared of a black swan. I'm not scared of anything. The only thing I fear is not reaching my full potential. And that's my energy. I want that to be your guys' focus as we go into 2025. Considering the life-changing gains for XRP that are baked in to this chart, that are set in the fundamentals, that are already there from a legal standpoint, all stars are aligning, all riddles are aligning, all decodes, every single fact, every single data, every single metric. Look at the order books, look at the memes. What's bearish about XRP? Can anybody answer that question? Is there anything bearish about XRP right now? The only thing that I can think of is that there's sell pressure at some of these levels on the way up. Like there's some bumps on the road. But that's just typical after an asset moves up hundreds and thousands of percent to have a little bit of selling off. That's not even bearish. That's just some profit taking along the way, climbing higher and higher. Now, I have my plan ready to go. I just want to make sure that everybody else has their plan ready to go as we look at the year ahead, going into 2025. Like I said, alien invasion, whatever they have in store for us. We're not going anywhere. They can tell me that the aliens have arrived. The mothership is over New York City. And I'll just go check and see if the charts nuke. We'll just go buy. As long as the exchanges are online. Like I said, some of these coins are already at attractive prices for me. If they go lower, we're just going to buy more. I'm not buying any more XRP at these levels, and I won't buy any more XRP unless it went below 50 cents, and I don't think that ever happens again. And what's interesting about this setup is even if we did get hit hard, XRP has big support even down at $1.60. But we're holding $2. There's a massive buy wall at $2. There's too many people want to buy XRP at $2. And so we're in an accumulation phase. The next leg up higher, we got the charting guy, we got Waters Above, we got Dark Defender. You go down the list of everybody that does TA, they're telling you the same thing, that the next leg up for XRP is coming. Now, some folks don't want to go off of historical patterns, and they don't want to, give any recognition to the 2017 fractal. They want to say that was 2017. Now we're in a different year, different time, different setup. And to me, I say, well, yeah, it's more bullish. It's not probably going to move as easy because it's already a bigger asset. But the setup is bullish. There's more liquidity. There's more access. So, somewhere in between the conservative TA, which the conservative TA is at about, $8 to $10 this bull run. There's some guys that really hate XRP, and so they're not willing to say that XRP won't go to an all-time high, but they're only willing to say, $4 or $5. Those are that's the worst. Anybody who says that XRP won't go to all-time high this bull run, they're either bought and paid for, or they're just trolling, or they're just whatever. It doesn't matter what they say. The most basic conservative TA is saying, basically $5 to $10, and then for those who want to tie in historical fractals, who want to pull the Fibonacci levels and see how far they can extend up, I'm here for it, right? Anywhere between 10, 15, 20, $30 sounds great to me. And what I'm interested to see is where we can stabilize, what floor price we can set on XRP going forward. That's what's going to be so fascinating to me this bull run. XRP goes up $20. Can we hold a floor price support down at $10? XRP goes up to $13. We come back down to $4. Like, how is this going to play out? That's the fascinating part of this story for me, this bull run. Glitching the Matrix, thank you for the 5 spot. We should keep calm, be patient, be confident, enjoy the XRP journey ahead of us. Peace and good health with you all. Absolutely 100%. And that's why I said, I don't care what they do. I do. I'm praying for peace. I'm praying that, it's not too bad. But I know they're getting desperate. Send the aliens. I'd love to buy that dip. Like, that's what we're going to do. We're just going to buy the dip on the alien invasion. Not a big deal. Fundamentals will trump TA, blow through 2 digits. Dennis, absolutely. Yeah, I think the utility sustains us above, $20, $30. I think that going to, $10, $20, $30, that's even before utility arrives. Now, holding 20 and $30, I think that you're going to need to see some utility. Yeah. And you're going to need to see some institutions. You're going to need to see an ETF, which that's all coming in this next year. Okay. Now, with that being said, let's open it up for comments, questions. Everything else is at zachrector.com. We got new merch available, much more on the way, by the way. We are currently only shipping to the United States, hoping to bring Canada, hoping to bring the rest of the overseas online ASAP. But for now, we are just shipping in the United States. So you can get the merch at the shop. You can get tapped in with our private community. All of our community resources available at zachrector.com. And I greatly appreciate your support. Let's go Q&A. Let's see here what XRP's at right now. XRP still holding 217. Yeah, I mean, it's just has so much strength here. Yeah, here's the 4-hour chart. There's that bull flag that we're printing right now. Peaky, thank you, brother. Merry belated Christmas. Hope it was a great one for you and the fam. And Happy New Year in case I don't see ya. XR Peaky, you will for sure, because I'm going to be doing a live stream on New Year's Eve. We got to do a live stream when we watch the yearly candle close. That's going to be a massive data point. So I'm planning on doing a live show. Make sure you guys have your notifications set. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell. But I'll let you guys know what time we're going to be going live. It'll be right at the right when we get the close of the candle there on December 31st for New Year's. So that's going to be very exciting to watch. So you will see me, Peaky. Merry Christmas to you. Hope you're doing well, brother. Thank you so much. How do we buy XRP memes? I should have the link for First Ledger down below in the description of the YouTube video, but you need a Telegram account. So the app is a Telegram bot, but basically you just need to have some XRP, need to have a Telegram account, download First Ledger, Telegram bot, and then just load up your wallet there on First Ledger with some XRP. Make sure you write down your phrases. You're gonna have to write down your keys to your wallet. You have to create a new wallet on First Ledger. You can write it down. You can store it electronically if you do that deal, but I keep all my physical personally. And so yeah, that's how you trade the memes. You also can trade memes on X Magnetic, XP Market, all of the other platforms that allow you to trade on the XRP Ledger DEX. It's just that the First Ledger bot is really fast and efficient, but First Ledger does take a fee that's a little bit higher than X Magnetic and others for trading. I still use First Ledger though. Ghost on the Shore asks, what's the best exchange? They all have pros and cons. I have Coinbase, Uphold, and Caleb and Brown. I'm very happy with them. Coinbase, Uphold, Caleb and Brown. Those are the three that I'm using right now. Thoughts on Brett, price target? I have not looked at Brett. I don't like these meme coins that are already too hyped. I don't like them. I say that even though I own Doge, but Doge is kind of like the OG, has a special place. Salute the community with SLT in First Ledger. Okay, you get a salute. You get a salute from me. Appreciate that. USDT banned in the EU. RLUSDJ. Yeah, that's already happening now. Mica has a phased in approach. There's like 3 dates. They phase it in. But many of these exchanges in Europe are already just preemptively delisting Tether. So yeah, that's been interesting to watch. Shane XRP sending the 589. Send the aliens. I'll buy that dip. Absolutely. We're buying the dip on the alien invasion. No questions asked. Not even a problem. In fact, if the aliens arrive, I'm going to try to sell them on XRP. I'm going to make that TikTok tomorrow, maybe. Would that be a good TikTok, or would that just be silly? I don't know. I'm going to make that TikTok. I don't care what they send. Aliens, giants. Will there be an XRP buyback? No, I don't believe so. No, I don't believe there will be a buyback. But we did put together our defense just in case. Just in case. But it's looking like we're in the clear. H-bar, yeah, I'm bullish. I'm bullish. I think H-bar can do $1.50 to $2 this bull run. That's why H-bar still is attractive to me right now. What is H-bar at? I haven't even checked some of these other... I really haven't been paying attention to the markets too much. Okay, H-bar is printing a bull flag too. This H-bar chart's actually really bullish. Look at that. Look at that bull flag on H-bar. Full swing of 842%. The lows right before the election. H-bar, very strong chart. Printing a bull flag. Higher lows being set. Right, we came back down here. One final move to 23 cents. That was on Friday, December 20th. And then we've set lower... we set higher lows ever since, and we're starting to build back up here, moving back towards 30 cents for H-bar. But I like H-bar because you can buy it now and still, see this thing run up to $1.50, $2, catch a 3x, 4x, even buying at these levels. Link to 100? No, I don't see that. See, where's Link at? Did I skip it? There it is. Yeah, chain link at 21. Yeah. All-time high of 50. Yeah, okay. Okay, it's going to have big sell pressure at 100, though, if it reaches that level. Yeah. Yeah, I could see chain link maybe going to $100 this bull run, but that's going to be a tough push. Love your shirt. Love your shirt. Yeah, thank you. If you guys want to buy the shirt, it is available at my website, zachrector.com. You can get this shirt. You can get it in a long sleeve. You can get it in a crew neck, a hoodie. And we got some special stuff on the way too, guys. More merch coming. XRP family merch. A lot of XRP family merch coming. XLM will follow XRP? Yes. Would you stake your H-bar on Hashpack? I'm not interested in staking my H-bar right now. I don't know. What are they offering? Flitter is cheap, Dennis. Yes, I believe. Did XRP do a death cross? No. No. I mean, maybe it did. I don't believe that it did. I don't look at the moving averages, personally. R3 Corda is going to light up the X's. Yep. R3 Corda is neutral. So XDC is primarily used over there, but they can use XRP. They can use other cryptos as well. Peaky says, I remember the first online presentation H-bar did so many years back. It was super scary what they showed they were doing back then kick myself for not getting it then. Yeah, Peaky, I'm feeling the same way about a lot of these other cryptos. Kicking myself for not deploying more capital when we were at our lows over the past year. But I slept well having my liquidity at night. The volume 24-hour is diving for USDT. Say something about it. Yeah, Tether's depegged. So folks are getting out of Tether. What do you think about taxes when we cash out? Crypto's tax is property. So if you've had it for less than a year, you're going to have short-term capital gains. If you've held it longer than a year, you'll have long-term capital gains. It needs to be understood when you sell how much you are going to be paying in taxes. Because yes, every single transaction is a taxable event. Axide, hey Zach, I plan on making a return to the group this year. Been AWOL from work. Still got any fun plans for an East Coast meetup? Yes, I want to go to Florida. Florida is on my list for next year. That's the plan. Don't know if I'll make it anywhere else on the East Coast, but Florida. I do want to go to Florida. Yes. Yep. Axide, appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Love to have you back in the group. I know that happens. You know, we have a lot of folks that come and go, and I get it, man. It's like if you don't even have time to allocate towards the Discord group, I mean, I appreciate you just supporting the cause and supporting the community, but I get why folks have to kind of come and go, and we've had a lot of new people coming in with the market, kicking back up. Folks have been interested, and now the XRP's been moving. Folks want to get together an XRP exit strategy. They want to start, planning for wealth, building out their estate plan, starting their business, starting their side hustle, getting together with a community of like-minded individuals that are going to continue to lift them up and empower them. That's where the real value is at. But yeah, I know, man, it's busy. It's been a busy time. Now's the time to get locked in, though. Heading into 2025, we got to be locked in because these cryptos are moving. I'm worried because so many people are thinking that we're following the traditional cycles and Bitcoin's going to top out sometime in November of 2025. And so they're expecting to be able to wait around until the end of next year to take profit on their altcoins, which could very well pump in spring. Like for XRP, I mean, this thing can pump up to some of your guys' targets up here in the next month. So we need to be ready. That's the point. Just because Bitcoin historically tops out in November or December every 4 years, and that would line up with November, December of 2025, XRP topped out in April of 2021. Many of the other altcoins topped out in April, May of 2021. And they didn't go hit another new high in November. So you got to watch out for that. And you got to stay ready to execute. Clearwater. Yeah, I know. I hear a lot about Clearwater because I watch Ben Malla. I like to watch, I got a couple different real estate guys that I watch, real estate channels on YouTube. And I really like Ben Malla for the entertainment and the education that he provides. He's a funny guy. So I know about Clearwater. I know about that area. I want to have some time down in Florida to kind of explore and look around and meet up with you guys down there. So yeah, we'll let you guys know when we're going down to Florida for sure. Yes, keep it simple, Stu. Stu, you know it, brother. Just keep on accumulating. Yeah. Insurance and taxes have now exceeded mortgage payments. Yeah, I know. I definitely want to look at the real estate down in Florida. I want to kind of see firsthand. I don't know, man. It's crazy to me what's happening down there on that coast. Not just Florida, but just, all the way over to Louisiana, Texas, the hurricanes and the extreme weather that we've been getting. It's just, I don't know how you guys do it, man. It's wild down there. You guys just ride out these storms one after another. And here I am complaining and being a little softy in my 38-degree sideways rain. Oh, it's so rough. And then we see you guys just get hammered by some real storms. It's like, okay, maybe I can not complain about the gray clouds that we got here in the Northwest. Any other comments, questions? Keep them coming, guys. Just watching these markets right now. The volume's down. The market's dead. Nobody's doing anything right now in large part. But what I have been fascinated, I pointed this out earlier, is that we still see positive inflows to Coinbase, or at least on Coinbase into XRP. So Americans are still wanting to get exposure to XRP. I wish that I could get the flows from Robinhood. I'd be curious to see how many people are buying XRP on Robinhood, because I know personally, a lot of people that have been. Yeah, Tampa Bay got hammered. R. Vasquez, you forgot my super chat. What was your super chat, brother? Sorry if I missed it. Oh, question. What happens to assets paired to USDT? Would we be able to cash out? Yeah, but you might not be able to get $1 for your tether. That's the problem. You could convert into tethers, but would you be able to get $1 for your tether? Right now, you're not getting $1 for your tether. You're getting 99 cents, 99.8, which might not sound like that much, but at scale, that's something. And as these exchanges delist Tether, then you wouldn't be able to cash out into Tether, or cash out from Tether, I should say, on those exchanges. It wouldn't be an available liquidity pair. So what you want to do is hold spot positions. A lot of margin trading, a lot of futures exchanges are all done with Tether. And so the only liquidity that you have is Tether, and that is a problem. Versus if you go to exchanges like Coinbase, they have pairs for XRP US dollar, XRP USDT, XRP USDC, XRP Euro dollars. I don't know if they have any others too, but just on the US exchange, the US version of Coinbase, they have those pairs available just for XRP. So yeah, make sure that you have other avenues, other pairs for your assets. If you only have a pairing into Tether, that should be a reason for concern. Even if Tether doesn't go away, even if it's just being depegged slightly like we're seeing right now, that can matter depending on how much you're cashing out. Zach, why wouldn't banks just use RLUSD for cross-border payments, Ben? That's the thing. Good question, Ben. A lot of people asking that. You still need a neutral bridge currency when you're going cross-border and when you're going from one currency to another. And so that's the advantage that XRP will always have over the stablecoin. The stablecoin's great if the other party will accept dollars. Not everybody wants dollars. And you have to understand that every RLUSD transactions on the XRP ledger burning XRP, and every wallet that gets opened up for RLUSD is locking up XRP. So RLUSD is locking up and burning XRP as it gets minted and created, and as it gets burned and used in transactions. Or as I should say, the RLUSD is not getting burned, XRP is getting burned. So as the RLUSD is moving and getting traded, XRP is being burnt. Do I think that XRP will hit $25 this year, Mandy? I think it can. It's the top end of my targets for XRP is 20 to 25. I would be happy to see it go further. But I'm also not banking on $25 XRP. I'm not, it's not a guarantee for me, but it definitely is a possibility. Gibson family, does Ondo Finance have any potential? Well, it's a good question. Thank you for the super chat. It already has pumped up into price discovery. I don't know what it's been doing lately. Let me pop it up here real quick for us to look at. It was heavily pumped up already. And so right now it's at $1.46. What has it done over the last month? Okay, so it's really come back down. It was over $2 earlier this month. Now it's come back down to $1.46. The problem with Ondo, it's a new coin, so it's already into price discovery. This is a head and shoulders pattern that actually looks really bearish right now on this chart. Right there. I mean, that to me looks like a basic head and shoulders. Not looking good for Ondo from a technical standpoint. From a fundamental perspective, there is something there, but it's not enough to make me invest. So Ondo for me is a pass right now. Does it still have the potential to run up to a new all-time high? Sure. But the potential upside opportunity there is not as attractive to me at this point. I haven't done a full deep dive on their fundamentals and their story though, but from what I've researched, it was just heavily hyped on the news that BlackRock was going to tokenize, it basically be in a partnership with Ondo. They've kind of hung their hat on that one. But other than that, I mean, BlackRock has issued their tokenized treasury bills on other chains as well too. It's not just Ondo. So it's like that was Ondo's story, but now it's the story for many other chains that BlackRock's issuing their tokenized treasury bills on as well too. Johnny Crypto, yo, what's up, Zach? Long time no see, brother. Johnny K here, wishing you a great day. We should hop on a live together. Johnny, come on in, man. I can come on your guys' show again too. I loved coming on the Good Morning Crypto show. Can't wait to see you in Vegas again, brother. You guys did a great job in the documentary too. And yeah, much love, brother. I'd be happy to get on a live with you anytime. Anytime. Let's reconnect. Yeah, shoot me a message and we'll get connected again. Get back on the Good Morning Crypto show. Man, I got to give you guys a shout out too, Johnny. I love to see it because, when this thing was popping, I was watching the Good Morning Crypto guys. What was it? What were they streaming? They were streaming something and they had 90,000 people, I thought. Was it 50,000? I forget. It was just ridiculous. It was like Good Morning Crypto had like 50,000 viewers, 90,000 viewers, because they got Coach JV, they got Johnny, they got Abs, they got the whole gang. So you got quite a few live streams rolling at the same time. But altogether, they were pushing tens of thousands of viewers. And then I saw Mikkel had a stream going, and he had like 5,000. And then I saw the Degens. They have their spaces going nonstop. So the Degens had a few hundred people in there. And I was just like, man, the XRP community is popping right now. They have hundreds of thousands of people. In some of my most recent I did a live show on TikTok the other day, last week. 30,000 people stopped by the live show. I forget, we did a live show here on what was this, about a week or 2 weeks ago? I forget what it was. 35,000 people stopped by between YouTube, X, and TikTok, cumulatively. 1 hour live show. 35,000 viewers. 35,000 visitors. I mean, this community is max engaging right now. And I am here for it. That is what I love. We are running this bull run. We have all the attention. We have some of the best gains. We have some of the best fundamentals, the best story, new stablecoin. Our lawsuit's about to conclude. We're running this bull run right next to Bitcoin. I'll give Bitcoin its respect. I'll give credit where credit's due. Bitcoin's there. Bitcoin's still in the number one spot. Still gets a lot of attention. Michael Saylor is still buying it up. But for new people coming in, they're really not interested in Bitcoin. They're interested in memes. They're interested in XRP. I'm here for it. I see we got another one here. Appreciate that. $1970 legend, thank you for the 10 spot. What's your thoughts on ISO coins eventually not going through bear markets the same as other tokens? Well, that's just a function of utility being live. 1970, that's a great point. As I was saying with XRP, for XRP to sustain price targets or price levels into the $20, $30, I think that we need to have institutions and utility live. Like, we could pump up there for a brief moment, but we are going to come back down. And we will not sustain those levels of prices until we get institutional utility flowing. I think that the same thing applies to these other ISO compliant cryptocurrencies. Even though I know that they're not technically ISO compliant. I saw somebody in the chat here earlier. Yes, we can mention that. I don't even mention that because it's just, to me, it's a waste of time to even mention that. Oh, is it ISO compliant? Is it not? It's a technical nuance. Ripple Ripple has made the messaging, has made basically their payment flows using XRP compliant with ISO. Am I going to take the time to explain that every time somebody wants to ask about ISO? No, I'm not going to do that. Just doesn't matter. But yeah, all of these utility coins, once utility's flowing, I think that they will sustain prices. Are they still going to go through cycles though? I still think we got liquidity cycles that go back over 40 plus years. And so for us to break free from those liquidity cycles, I would say we'd have to break free from the Federal Reserve and these cycles that they've created, these boom bust cycles that the Federal Reserve has created. As long as we have the Fed, as long as they're still manipulating and inflating our dollars, we still will have boom bust cycles. And so I would say that even though the prices will relatively be more sustained and hold a lot higher prices, I don't think that we necessarily get away from bear markets and from bubbles until we get away from the Fed, or at least rein the Fed back in. Sounds good, Johnny. Looking forward to getting back on the show, brother. Glitching the Matrix, your thoughts on Ripple utilizing Acceler to transport RLUSD across multiple chains? I love it. I love Ripple's approach. They're determining what's worth it for them to do in-house. For example, they acquired Standard Custody. So they got the trust company. They can now do custody. They acquired Medico. So they have the technological software solution there. Combine that with the trust license in New York. Perfect 1-2 punch. Combine that with the stablecoin. It gets even better. But what they've decided is that for bridging, for interoperability, let's tap in here with Acceler. And I love to see that. Because I think that these companies, you know, they shouldn't spread themselves too thin. And I think that had the XRP ledger spread itself too thin as far as trying to get smart contracts, trying to get all this programmability before we got our payments scaled up and ready to be scaled up even further, I think that would have been a mistake. It's like now we're finally getting all this functionality coming to the XRP ledger. Now that we're getting more validators, now that we're beefing up our infrastructure, now that we, you know, have regulations, now we're starting to scale up and add programmability. And so I love the fact that Ripple is tapping into Acceler for this. I like the fact that they tapped into Pierces for the EVM sidechain. I like the fact that we're keeping the XRP ledger lean and mean, designed for payments first, and we're tapping into all these other blockchains that are surrounding us. I refer to the hub and spoke model for XRP, where the main hub, the main source, and the best source of liquidity is the XRP ledger in the center, and then the spokes are all these blockchains around us. You know, Corium, Flare, the list goes on and on, EVM sidechain, etc. Where the smart contracts can be over there, and then they come back onto the XRP ledger for liquidity. It's the best. I think it's the best. So I'm a big fan. Glitching the Matrix, thank you for the super chat. Quentin Miller says, always enjoy your information and videos. Thank you, Zach. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Joe says, I didn't wait 6 years for $20 XRP. I will never sell my XRP. I will just borrow against it. Like Zach says, I will either get rich or die trying. That simple. I'm here for you, my friend. For me and for many, it's a you know, a different situation that some of us find ourselves in, right? You know, some folks are, you know, the timeline is not as extended as others. Some folks are not in as comfy as a spot as others. And so some folks are going to take profits at these levels, but I totally get why some people are saying that they're going to hold their XRP forever. Like I said, all this BS that we're dealing with the taxes and the IRS and all that makes me just not want to sell either. Even though the reason why I plan on selling this bull run is because I over allocated into XRP, which I think will end up working out because we'll make a lot of money on XRP. But then it'll be time to diversify. You know, like the only major investment I have is XRP. And so, you know, we're going to diversify a little bit from there. But we're going to do so in a way, I mean, the plan for me at least, and I could get wrecked doing this, and I'm going to be happy to come back and report and say, hey guys, I screwed myself. I sold the top $20 XRP. I thought I was going to be able to buy back in at $10. XRP only went to $13, and that was the new floor price. And, you know, and then it ran back up to $15, and I tried to buy back my bag of XRP, and I have way less XRP. That could happen. But if I execute my plan properly, I'll be able to sell XRP, take profits, set some aside for taxes, reallocate some of that towards real estate asset class, and then set some into RLUSD on Uphold, earning 5%, set some on Coinbase into USDC, earning 4.5%, and then set some on Caleb and Brown, ready to buy back in on the dip. And I'm hoping to actually acquire my bag of XRP back. That's the plan. And I'm sticking to it. We'll see. I could get wrecked. 1970 says, bought 2 of your shirts earlier this week. 1970, thank you so much. I will I will say these have been selling like hotcakes. These Trump shirts. I got the gray. This is the Heather gray right here. Got the Heather gray on. Got the red one behind me. The red one's been another hot one. But we have a bunch of colors available. We got sizes all the way from small all the way up to 4XL. 4XL availability. I think we do have to bump up the price by a few bucks after double X. It's like double X, triple X, and 4X are all a few bucks extra. They cost a little bit more. But yeah, small to 4XL. Got the sizes. We're only shipping to the United States right now. If you guys are overseas, if you guys are in Canada, stay tuned. We're hoping to go live with that here soon. I mean, nobody's going to want to buy one buy one shirt for, $40 and pay $50, $100 in shipping, right? So we're trying to dial in Canada right now first. Their postal service is on strike. So I'm waiting for the Canadian Postal Service to wrap that up, and we'll get a little bit more clarity on that. UPS is expensive. UPS was quoting me $50 to North Vancouver, which is not even far, and quoting me $40 to Toronto, which I don't even get how that works. North Vancouver is less than 20 miles away from here. Not even that far, probably. And Toronto is on the other side of the continent. So I don't know, but I checked with UPS and, $40-$50, that's pretty steep. But we're looking to come up with some solutions for Canada and overseas ASAP. So stay tuned for that. Can you become a node? Yes, you can. For the XRP ledger. Yep. You can become a node. You can become a validator. We just had a new service set up. I think it's called I forget what it's called, Node Spot or something, where they'll basically run a validator for you. I don't know how much it costs. I'm going to actually look into that. But you can run a validator. They allow you to put your name on it. So I could call mine the Rector validator. You call it whatever you want. And they'll set it up for you. But anybody can. Yeah, it's free. It's not free. But this is open source. This is permissionless. Anybody can run a node. Anybody can run a validator. Yep. Zach, did you see Jake Claver's price prediction for the end of 2025? I did not. What did he say? Oh, yes. Please tell me. What did Jake say for the end of 2025? I know it's a big one. And I love to see it because I like when these guys give the big predictions. I like the big ones. $2,000 to $10,000. Stop. No, he didn't. Is XRP lying crazy with his predictions? I can't believe it. No comment on that. 2,000 to 10,000 for XRP by the end of 2025. Holy cow. Did he actually say that? The strike is over now in Canada? Okay, good. I'll look into that. He said if Cobb doesn't stream 2 to 10,000, no way. Cobb's going to stream though. So we're screwed. We're not going to 2,000. Cobb's going to stream. 100,000 by 2030. Let's go. Man, every time I look at TikTok, there's just some crazy stuff. Somebody's saying that you may make some money, but be aware, you're propping up the banksters by buying XRP and Ripple. Beware. Beware. Are you propping up the banksters by using the US dollar every single damn day? Yes. Are you propping up the banksters by swapping out of your funny fiat money system that they've created and swapping it into XRP, a system that they don't control? Right? It's crazy what these guys say. It's just crazy. And yeah, the banksters and the institutions are probably going to get a piece of this. Yeah. That's why we're so bullish. Hey, Zach, when do you think that taxes will be paid in crypto? I think that some states have already started to accept crypto for taxes. My hope is that crypto becomes legal tender. It gets treated as a currency, like some states that are making gold and silver legal tender. And then we'll just be able to use it. We'll just be able to spend it. Not for buying groceries, but for buying real estate, capital expenditures. I love to hear. I'm so glad that Jake put that out, 2 to 10,000. I know that just makes the haters so mad. They're just melting over that. They're just losing their minds. Like it's just like people are actually getting offended over somebody throwing out a price prediction like that. I love that. That is hilarious to me. All right. All right. All right. Oh, Johnny says, yeah. Johnny, I would, but I'm getting ready to wrap up here in just a couple minutes, brother. It's way past your bedtime too, Johnny. What time is it where you're at, brother? It's got to be past midnight. Maybe 1 o'clock on the East Coast. Zach, what percentage of your portfolio is in XDC and Flare? Less than 5% in both. Less than 5% in both. It's 1 a.m. It's 1 a.m. Yeah. $1 p.m. in Thailand. There you go. Where are you guys tuning in from tonight? Any last comments, questions too? Drop them in the chat down below. Getting ready to wrap up this session here, but I do appreciate you guys for stopping by, having a fun Saturday Night Live. Always a good time. Always a pleasure. People losing their minds on TikTok about how XRP is going to make the banksters rich. Zach, do you like PRQ? I've never heard of that. Got Norway in the chat. Zach, do you use Zin? Nope. Nope. I I've taken a dip twice, I think, and both times I think I threw up. One time I was on the job. The one time I took a Zin, I was on the job site with the guys, and we were doing a landscape job, and this was like 4 or 5 years ago. And we were doing a big landscape job and having a good time, and I just wanted to be one of the boys. And I was like, oh, yeah, heck yeah, man, give me one of those Zins. I'll throw one of those in and be one of the boys. Man, we were cleaning up our job site at the end of the day, and we were on this hill, so the job site was up on this hill, and our trucks were down on the road below. I did about 2 trips, I think. 2 trips up and down, taking tools back to the truck, and I just started spinning. And so yeah, that was it for me. I ended up, I don't know if I actually threw up, but I got close. So I've had about 2 experiences. One time with the Zin, and one time with the old spitting tobacco back in the day, and same effect. And yeah, I haven't done it since. I have not done it since. It's not for me. I tried to hang with the guys and couldn't make it. They were all making fun of me. A lot better than most of the current SNL. I hope so. I hope that we can be more entertaining than SNL. Well, at least more educational. I don't think it'd be hard to be more entertaining than SNL either. I feel like they've kind of been off for the past few years. They've lost it. Yeah. Zach, I have over 80% in XRP. Is that too much? I mean, I just think that it can be the right amount for you. It's really a personal thing. For me, I like XRP a lot, but I do want to, play my cards right this bull run, as far as realizing some profit after holding this asset for 6 years. And I still think that there are plenty of opportunities out there to go explore. And the XRP opportunity, the law of diminishing returns does set in. So as it goes to $5-10, the upside potential from there does diminish. I mean, if Jake's prediction comes through and we got 2,000 X, well, I'm gonna have to adjust my exit strategy if we're talking $2,000 XRP next year. I don't rule out any of the high price predictions for XRP though. I know a lot of people say, nope, it can never go to these levels. I don't rule out anything. I just am of the opinion that our currency gets reset before XRP goes to even $100, maybe. I think that our currency gets reset before Bitcoin goes to $1 million, before XRP goes to $100. I think that we're talking about a different currency at that time. Yep. Yeah, fire to come. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, sometimes these lives go a little bit long. We'll go up for 2 hours like we did here tonight. That's not the typical. Typically, we'll run the live shows for about an hour, and then on a daily basis, I drop at least one video that is, about 15 minutes long. Try to keep the videos 10 to 20 minutes long on the daily updates, and then on the live shows, try to keep them to an hour. But sometimes I'm having fun, enjoying myself, and I like to hang out for a couple hours, which I know. I've been hearing that for the last 4 years, that people don't have the time to watch it or listen to it, and I get it. Peaky says, please don't shorten, go longer. And that's the thing, is I get it. It's tough. Back when I used to do my landscape work, I could bang out audiobooks in 2 days, 3 days, because I'd be listening for 7-8 hours a day. You know, I used to smash through podcasts, YouTube, 6 to 8 hours per day. So for me, I never had that problem. I was like, whenever my favorite creators dropped, I had time to watch or listen at least. But I get for a lot of folks. And now I'm at a position where I don't know, man. I listen to Twitter Spaces more now than I watch YouTube, I think, damn near. Now the quality of the Twitter Spaces is not always as good as YouTube, but yeah, I like to watch my real estate guys on YouTube. I like to watch Danielle DiMartino Booth. I like to watch Peter Schiff, people that are outside of crypto. That's who I watch on YouTube. And then listen to Twitter Spaces. But yeah, I find myself not having as much time as I used to listen to podcasts, audiobooks. I just bought myself a new book, actually. I'm excited for this one. It's titled, what is it titled? I forget the name. Basically, it's about passing down Bitcoin to your heirs. Yeah, how to secure your Bitcoin for inheritance. So it's all about wealth and estate planning for digital assets that you hold in a cold storage wallet. Yeah, it's basically passing down Bitcoin in your cold storage. And so the focus is on Bitcoin, but obviously it applies to XRP as well. I just bought the book. It's written by a estate planner out of New York named Anthony Park. And after I get the book, I'm going to do a book review, and I'll let you guys know what I think of it. It's a 56-page book. It's got pretty good reviews, so I'm going to check that out and see what it has to say. But those are two of my goals for this coming year, is to create our entities for our estate planning for my family, and then for the real estate, getting some real estate transactions under our belt. All right, guys, I appreciate everybody for stopping by. Going to wrap up the session. Everything is available at zachrector.com from our private community and all of our resources like crypto exchanges, wallets. We got precious metals. If you're looking to roll over a 401k retirement account to precious metals, we can do that as well. Or we can just deliver the metals directly to your door. Either way, we have the new shop available. All of our community resources are a way for you to support the channel. So I just want to say thank you. Whether you guys are just smashing that thumbs up for me, sharing it out far and wide, or if you guys do engage with the community, get some of the resources there, really do appreciate it. And looking forward to coming back here tomorrow. We'll be back at it. And so expect another regular update tomorrow. And I just want to say thank you for all your support. Had a lot of fun with you guys tonight. And I will see you guys tomorrow, okay? Thank you, and God bless you all. Thank you so much.